A lot of places in Dakar are overhyped, and
That's my opinion!
day 3 and 4 in Senegal were very chill. First day was maintenance day, even though our driver ghosted us for like 20 minutes, but he came back. Look at my shoes. I was fighting for my life while I was walking to go to this place called La Maison du Regard to get my lashes done. I was so happy with the result. The girl really did her thing. My sister got her nails and her lashes done. Then we went home and we changed to go to the jungle. Now, I'm not gonna lie, everybody was like, oh, the jungle is lit. Guys, oh my god, when we got there, look at my face. Like, it was giving instant regret. We definitely got there too early, so I will be back, but in the meantime we went to our favorite spot, Le Carré. We ran into my sister's friends and one of them even gifted us roses, but I was hungry, so we went to Nolian Cafe to get some pizza. It was so good. They make the best pizza in town, but let me know. We took some pictures, got home, and I fell asleep in my makeup again. This is the overhyped place I was talking about. We went to Black List on day 4 and I was so disappointed. I don't know what I was expecting, but these influencers were selling me dreams. Like, I thought it was a nice rooftop. It was boring. I'm sorry. The menu was not all that either. We took bomb mirror selfies there though, so I would still recommend going if you want nice pictures. But if you're trying to have a good time, I don't know. Trigger warning, I might have met your favorite artist on day 5, so stay tuned.
Here's my experience as a black woman who traveled to Senegal. It was my first time traveling to an African country other than Nigeria. My first reaction was, oh, Senegal is just like Nigeria, but I was wrong. From what I experienced, Senegalese are actually more appreciative of dark skin. I thought I was going to experience colorism or even racism, but I was shocked. Everyone literally appreciated my beauty. This photographer even took a picture of me and said he was going to keep it forever. Also, I went to the market and people were like, oh, are you Senegalese? And speaking Wolof to me. Even on random days, people would literally stop me on the street to appreciate my dark skin and just say, oh my god, I love your skin color. Like, it's so weird but also funny, and I just love it. I've never gotten this type of treatment before. Even in Nigeria, like, people would really compliment your skin, just those once in a while compliment. But in Senegal, it was consistent and I just loved it. So yeah, if you're a black woman that you're looking for somewhere to travel to, Senegal is calling your name. Bye.
Let's talk about my first time traveling to Dakar, Senegal as a black American. So I visited Dakar, Senegal last November, which was November 2022, and it was a part of a 4-country trip. On this trip, I went to Egypt, Morocco, Senegal, and Portugal. So we started in Egypt and we worked our way over to West Africa. Because I had visited so many countries within this one trip, I only got to spend 3 days in Senegal, but trust me, I wanted to stay longer. Traveling to Dakar as a U.S. citizen, it did not require much. There was no visa required. There were no vaccinations required. Nothing. Just the passport. So we love that. Since we were only there for a short time, I love to just see what fruits certain countries have and look at their agriculture. And so this is just one of my favorite things to do. Here's another photo of me at a stopping point where we were on our tour. This is the Atlantic Ocean. This was so pretty. And here I am at the world-renowned African Renaissance statue, which is the largest statue in Africa. Don't play with it. So this was a half-day tour that me and my travel buddy did. We paid about $50 per person, and I believe we were out there for 5 hours with our tour guide. And he took us to just see some highlights around Dakar, and it was great. This is a great way to spend your time. So if you're ever in Dakar, just do a full day or half-day tour, whatever you're feeling up to, and this is a great way to see a lot of stuff at one time. On the second full day that we had in Dakar, Senegal, me and my travel buddy went to the Fatala Reserve, which is where you do lion walks. And they do have a lot of other animals on the property as well. In order to get to the Fatala Reserve from Dakar, I have to let y'all know that this is like a 4-hour drive one way to get to the reserve and 4 hours to get back. So we did this in one day. We woke up, I think they picked us up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. They went to take us to get some breakfast that we could eat on the go. Then we drove there. We had like, I think 5 hours or so in the reserve. And then we left, got back on the road to head back. If you do want to do something similar to what I'm about to show you, just know that this will be a long day and a long drive. Once you get inside, you of course have to sign some release forms before they do like a debrief, and then you guys go into the area with the lions. They also let you pick a stick. You get to just pick whatever stick you want that you're going to be using while you are doing the activity. And here is me with these beautiful, majestic creatures. They do have more than just 2 lions on the property. They are not drugged, okay? I know a lot of people think that these animals have to be drugged in order to be around humans, but these are likely lions that were rescued and then they were raised by humans. So they are used to humans. And they give you a lot of information in terms of what and what not to do when you get around the cats, and, you know, best behaviors, best practices, which one of them is to always be behind them. Do not ever get in front of them, and don't let them get behind you. There were like 4 handlers around at any given moment, and they let you know like when it's time to stop or when you can go. They instruct you. Our day trip to the Fathala Reserve was about $250, if I'm not mistaken, $250 US, and I booked this on TripAdvisor as well. So I told you guys that they have other animals on the property. This is a large tortoise. They have a lot of them like just around the property, and they're free roaming. You can just go over and catch one of them if they're eating in the grass or something, which was what I was doing here. Here's our tour guides for this day. I do have his Instagram, so I will put it there. He is very active on Instagram, so if you guys have any questions about Dakar or traveling through Senegal, he will likely be able to answer any questions you have. Here's me on the beach in Dakar. I love this photo. Everything about it is just giving. One of the things that I did not get to do while I was in Dakar that I was dying to do, we just didn't have enough time, was to go to Gorée Island. Gorée Island played a huge role in the transatlantic slave trade, and it was a place where a lot of history lives. So I definitely will be visiting Gorée Island when I return to Dakar, but I enjoyed my time there so much. I ate some great food. I met some amazing people, and honey, the men, Senegalese men, are just some beautiful creatures, man. If you guys want to see a video of where I stayed in Dakar, Senegal, I'll be happy to make a separate video about that. But my visit was a 10 out of 10, and I would definitely visit again. So Dakar, Senegal should be high on your list if it's not already.
Yeah, I already know what it is. Another trip, another vlog. I started the year with the solo trip to Dakar, Senegal. It was a 6-hour flight from JFK, and my driver wasted no time coming to get me from the airport. First things first, these people drive freaking nuts. I was 10 minutes away from my Airbnb before we got into the wildest accident. I had the craziest whiplash I've ever had in my life, but I had to thank God that was the only injury I sustained. Yeah, I made it to my Airbnb, which I was so in love with, staying in the Almadies area, which is one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Dakar. I landed pretty early in the day, so my driver decided that we wouldn't waste the first day and just go out and do some shopping at the Medina. After I bargained my young life away, we went to see the Renaissance Monument. Now, the Renaissance Monument is huge. It's said to be taller than the Christ the Redeemer and the Statue of Liberty, which I find to be crazy. Outside of the actual monument, there is a museum highlighting different exhibits about the African history, culture, and the significance of the monument itself. 10 out of 10, pretty great experience for me. After that, my driver dropped me off at home and I went exploring on my own. Like I said, they drive crazy and they don't let pedestrians cross the street, so you gotta play like Russian roulette with this shit. The ice cream here is so good. I found this really cute bar called Blacklist, but they didn't have alcohol, so I just ended up having dinner, and then I made my way home. See you guys in part 2.
I flew to Senegal for a pink lake, and it was actually pink. The entire reason I wanted to go to Senegal was because I heard a while back that they had a naturally pink lake, and I was immediately intrigued. Okay, and the tall, dark, and handsome men didn't hurt the cause either. If you're new here, I'm Akila, a mom with the vibes, and I spent 7 days in Senegal recording my itinerary day by day, so save this video and watch the others if you're planning a trip to Senegal. So we drove from Sally to go see Lac Rose, also known as the Pink Lake, and we got very lucky because we went in early February and the lake was actually pink. Depending though on the season, it can sometimes look more brown than pink, but it comes from a special type of algae that's grown in the water, and the salt levels in the lake are extremely high, and it's so salty that you can actually float, similar to the Dead Sea. One of the most fascinating things to watch was the salt harvesting. The locals actually lather their skin in shea butter before going into the lake to protect it from the salt. Now, this is not a lake you just jump into and swim. It's more of a place you take in, appreciate, and learn. After exploring the lake, we did the activities nearby. We rode the camel,
camels. It was my first time riding a camel, and let me tell you, that ride is weird. It's definitely a bucket list moment, but I'm not sure I need to do that again. I'm especially grateful for the village and my support system in that moment, because traveling as a single mama too is not for the weak. I carried one daughter, my girl Betsy carried the other, and we made it work. After all that adventure, we went back to the resort for pool time, which is honestly my girl's favorite part of every trip. And one thing about me is I'm always going to make sure my babies have good memory and lots of pool time. So we went to the pool, we had some nice treats, and of course it doesn't hurt that lots of handsome men handed you your drink personally. Me and my girl sat back and enjoyed while the kids swam, and that's it until day 6.